If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and the best is blessed, baby.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. Keep it clean. Touch gloves if you wish. Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time!
Let's go. What's going on?
Yo, what's up, bro?
Not much. Welcome to 2025. Nothing like a brand new intro to start off the brand new year.
This will be the first episode of Body Shot, and this is going to be a review of the 2024. This is the 2024 MMA Awards.
And this is also where you let the people know how bad I did you in the picks for the year.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, I know. Can't wait.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's get right into it.
First up, the male fighter of the year. For this one, it only came down to two people for me. So my honorable mention would be Poetan. He had a great year. He came through in the clutch when the UFC needed him the most, and I feel like he definitely did his thing. He had all knockouts. Jamal Hill at UFC 300, he knocked out Yuri twice in one fight. Khalil Roundtree, that was a classic. So he is my honorable mention, but it got to go to my boy Ilia Topuria, because what he did and the way he established himself as the 145-pound champion, he came in, he knocked out Volk, who's considered the best featherweight, in UFC history. If not him, then people would say it's Matt Holloway, which, by the way, he knocked out also in Abu Dhabi. Matt Holloway has never, in his UFC career, in over 30 fights, been finished. He knocked him out. So my 2024 male fighter of the year is Ilia Topuria.
Well, I feel like, yeah, you can give it to Ilia. He had two wins, two legacy building wins, I would call them, but I feel like you got to give it to Poetan. He defended his belt 4 times in 1 year. All of them were short notice fights. wasn't supposed to main event UFC 300, was on vacation, and just stepped in. And not only did he take them all on short notice, and they were all title fights, but he finished them all. I mean, he finished Yuri 3 times this year, technically, because they fought in January. He knocked him out then. That was a pretty decent fight, but then turned around in April, UFC 300, knocked out Jamal Hill. Then he came back to save another card and fought Yuri again. I believe that was the Conor McGregor was supposed to be the Conor McGregor card. Came in and knocked out Yuri twice in that fight, and then came back towards the end of the year and put a beat down on who was it? Yeah, Khalil Roundtree, and that was an epic fight. So I mean, his time in between fights was very short. Definitely a company man. I feel like he's somebody that the locker room can look up to. Like, he's Mr. Dependable, and every fight was an impressive performance. Now, granted, he wasn't doing it against the names that Ilya did it against, but to do it 4 times all on short notice, I gotta give it to him. Ilya would have been an honorable mention to me. I feel like they were really the only 2 fighter of the years who could get it from Mel.
Yeah.
So I can't argue with your pick, but I would go up Poatan.
All right.
By the way, he's doing it all in the weight class up from the one that he entered into the UFC, so that's impressive too. Now, for my female fighter of the year, this one was really hard for me because I feel like this has not been a very good year for female fighters. As you look at most of the top 15, even, like, a lot of people only fought once or twice this year. It's weird. I thought about Valentina, but she only fought once. Grosso, she lost. Yeah, he knocked out Yuri twice in one fight. Bones will show it to you later. Knocked him out at the end of the first round, and then the bell kind of like saved him, but he was out, and then he came out in the second round and got knocked out again. And then, you know what was so badass about it? He dislocated his toe on his head. And after he knocked him out, he just stood there and like readjusted it like it wasn't nothing. But yeah, I noticed a lot of the females in the top 15 weren't that active, and if they were, then they had losses. I would have liked to give it to Karine Silva. I thought she was on the upward trajectory to get that, but she lost her last fight, and she only fought twice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do. Let me see. So this is going to be controversial. I know you're not going to like it, right? But no, you're not going to. But I'm going to give it to Dakota Ditcheva.
That's the one that's in PFL, right?
Yes, sir. 4 fights, 4 finishes. Only one fight went into the second round, and that was against Talia Santos. Now, if she didn't have Talia Santos on there, I feel like I wouldn't be able to give it to her. But Talia Santos, one would argue, should have been the UFC champion in that fight against Valentina Shevchenko. She never got a rematch. So I do hold her in high regard, put a lot of respect on her name. Yeah, I was gonna give it to Dakota Ditcheva, but my only other runner up this year would have been Jasmine Jasdovicius, because she fought 3 times and she won all 3. 2 of them was by finish, 1 was a decision. But I mean, I feel like I could have gave it to Zhang Weili, but she only fought twice. And then I thought about Verna Jandiroba, but she only fought twice.
She fought Emmanuel Lemos, and she fought
Yan Xiaonan.
Yeah, Yan Xiaonan. Oh, by the way, what's up, Dean? And shout out to Cupcake. What's up, babe? Yeah, this was a hard one too, because I mean, I wanted to give it to Shevchenko because she actually got her belt back, and that was a big moment for her. I feel like that that could have been like her biggest win of her career just because of the stakes and the atmosphere and everything. But she only fought once. I feel like Zhang Weili, even though she did retain her belt twice, let's be honest, it wasn't like super impressive fashion. You know what I mean? So people kind of overlooked that. So I'm gonna go with Kayla Harrison, bro.
I thought about Kayla Harrison, but she only fought twice, and her second fight wasn't impressive.
It wasn't.
Even though it was higher competition.
I definitely say it wasn't impressive, but look who she did it against. And remember, she got cut pretty bad too. You feel me? And I feel like she weathered the storm, and that showed me a lot. She went through a lot of adversity because most people would have thought that being that she got put in that position, she could have got finished. But I'm gonna go with Kayla Harrison on that.
For me, it was mostly the lack of activity. Chris says, Dakota Female Fighter of the Year. Dean, oh my God, here we go with the Topuria bandwagon. Bro, everybody on earth knows that Max Holloway gets this knockout. Get out of here like there's no question. Stop.
All right, so it sounds like the consensus is Dakota Dishwa is the Female Fighter of the Year. I'm okay with that. Who do y'all think, Chris and Dean? Cupcake, who's the Male Fighter of the Year? It only came down to Poatan and Topuria. It sounds like Dean don't say it's Topuria. Okay, Chris said I agree. Kayla Harrison, Female Fighter of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue it, but I was looking at the inactivity, and I don't know what it is, bro. But if you look at the top 15, like pretty much all of the females only fought twice, and the ones that fought 3 times got a loss. You feel me?
Hey, so is it safe to say that the UFC is searching for their next UFC superstar?
Next UFC superstar?
Yeah.
No, honestly, I don't feel like they search for superstars. I feel like they just naturally.
Or do you feel like they're in need of, because Amanda?
Not really.
Fired,
Not really. I feel like as long as the business is booming right now, so I feel like I feel like they're good right now. Like they're good. I feel like as long as they got superstars within the fan base, like Poatan is a superstar. Like if you're in the MMA community, everybody knows and looks forward to his fights. Topuria, I think is gonna be like he's on the way to being that attendance, like gate pay-per-view, like breaking all the numbers. I feel like his trajectory, what he's done, who he's done it to, he's like knocking out all of the heroes. You get what I'm saying? So all of the legends that aren't old enough to be legends yet, he doing his thing. So I feel like, especially with Spain behind him, I think if they have that card over there in Spain, that'll push them to another level of superstardom. But I feel like they good right now.
All right. Next up, we got Beatdown of the Year.
All right. For me, there were quite a few options, but I went with Poatan versus Khalil Roundtree.
Oof.
Chama, you know it. Because Khalil Roundtree got a mean beatdown. He was in the fight for the first 2 rounds, but as it went on, it's just like he looked like he was in a horror movie.
All right. So you see what you said there? He was in the fight for the first 2 rounds. That's why I gave it to Poatan versus Yuri too, because Yuri had he didn't have no chance in that fight. You know what I'm saying? The way he knocked him out at the end of the first round, and then he came back and knocked him out immediately in the second round, it was pretty bad, and I didn't see that coming. So I gave that beatdown of the year. Another mention that you brought to my attention was the Irene Aldana at UFC 300. That was
versus
not UFC Sphere. My bad.
But and Norma Dumont almost got my Female Fighter of the Year, but then when I saw she only fought twice, I just couldn't give it to her.
Yeah. So we both got Poatan and Beatdown of the Year. That's crazy. We're 2 different people.
See how he's Fighter of the Year?
Fight of the year.
No, that was a question.
No, I disagree.
Fight of the year. I'm gonna let you go first.
I gotta go with Sphere.
I'm gonna let-
Daniel Zell Hubert, Esteban Ribovic. That's my fight of the year. It was extremely back and forth. It was a war.
Pause on all.
I definitely feel like in the future. I don't know if it's. Do you think they can put it in the UFC Hall of Fame, bro?
Hell yeah, it got to go in the UFC Hall of Fame. That was gonna be my pick. That is my pick. Also, I agree with you 100%. Esteban Ribovic, Daniel Zellhuber, and it's crazy because on that card you also had Edgar Chavez versus Joshua Vance, and that was looking like the fight of the night. And then this happened.
Yeah, this was a huge back and forth. And then Ribovic ended up pulling it out at the end. And yeah, I would like to see both of them where they go from there too, man. And obviously they had to take some time off. So
and I do believe they're going to eventually meet again and run that back.
I'm gonna say rematch it, right? Yep.
Yeah, but another honorable mention for me was you had Motorbik Orobai versus Mateusz Rembecki.
Yeah,
that was a hell of a fight. I already said the Edgar Chavez and Joshua Vance. I thought about putting Poatan versus Khalil Roundtree in there. I know a lot of the general public say that Holloway versus Gaethje was fight of the year, but I completely disagree.
Nah, Holloway kind of controlled that fight.
Yeah, that's how I felt about it too.
All right, so we'll agree on that one. Card of the year. This one came down to two. It was only two options.
Yeah, it was only two options. I agree with you 100%. And I'm pretty sure you picked the right one.
All right, so it came down to two options for two different reasons for me. It was either Sphere or
300.
300. And Sphere, just because of the aesthetics, and you're never going to see something like that again. And that was pretty impressive. And it was a pretty good card too, but it's just the aesthetics of it is mind-boggling. And for somebody like me who like visuals and everything like that and trippy things and stuff, that was insane to watch. And then seeing like the fans cameras who was actually there, and it's just insane. I'm a real sucker for the Sphere. But I picked UFC 300 though. Just because of the star power, the way it finished off, you had a nice finish to it. I think it was UFC 200. You know, that kind of felt flat in the end, and I kind of felt underwhelmed in that one. But for this one, UFC 300, like the first fight was Cody Garbrandt and Davison Figueiredo. You know, you had your boy Diego Lopez, his shining moment. You know, that was a good moment. Just top to bottom, it was pretty stacked. And we're talking about the card of the year, so I picked UFC 300. Dana did a good job with that one.
Yeah, I agree with you. UFC 300 was the card of the year, but I feel like the Sphere gave it real good competition, even if you take away from the aesthetics, because you had the Edgar Chavez fight, you had the fight of the year on that card, which is the Zellhuber
Ribovic.
And then O'Day Osborne, that fight was insane. But and then you had the beatdown, your beatdown of the year with Norman Dumont versus that wasn't your beatdown of the year.
It was a candidate for it.
Honorable mention, Norman Dumont versus Irene Aldana was also on that card. The only knock on the Sphere card is the co-main and the main. You had two titles changing hands too, which is pretty big, but it's just those fights weren't the most entertaining fights for the co-main and the main. So I feel like that's where 300 stands over the Sphere card, because you had 3 championship fights as well. All 3 championship fights were very entertaining. You had Holloway Gaethje. Then you had Yan Xiaonan versus Zhang Weili, and that was a hell of a fight. I feel like that was female fighter of the year. If we separated the two categories, that was probably female fight of the year, I should say. And then to top it off with Peloton, and you got an amazing card.
Yeah, we'll agree on that one. It's always good to finish off the card with Chama.
You know? By the way, Dean said Alex Pereira, bro, the motherfucker was fighting all year.
I'm okay with that. Gym of the year.
I mean, there's no question.
City Kickboxing, aka Top Team. I just put a couple of names in there, but obviously it's the Fighting Nerds. Just look what they done with Lord John Silva. You know what I'm saying? And Cal Bahayo. You know, just bro, they producing monsters. It was kind of hard to figure out the win ratio, but I'm sure it's insane though.
Bro, honestly, I would bet money that I don't think they lost the fight all year. Anybody from that team, not in the UFC.
Ooh.
Think about it. Caio Borralho, he hasn't lost in the UFC. John Silva hasn't lost in the UFC. Carlos Marquez hasn't lost in the UFC. Mauricio Rufi hasn't lost in the UFC. And I will butcher the girl's name, so I'm not even going to try it. But she smashed Molly McCann, remember?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. So, I mean, there you go. A gym of the year. Easy, hands down. No questions asked.
And the crazy thing is, like, I don't see them slowing down at all.
Nah.
Yeah, they very potentially going to be gym of the year next year. I don't remember who I picked last year. I think I picked Grosso's team, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Lobos.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I see all potential champions. Like, I feel like by the end of this year, Caio Borralho will be in the top probably 5, which means he could get a title shot this year if somebody fall out of something, barring injury and all that type of stuff. Like, I could see him fighting for a belt, if not this year, next year. Carlos Prates, I could see him fighting for a belt. Lord John Silva, he need to pick a weight class, and he could fight for a belt. Mauricio Rufi, his only chink in the armor that I see is the stamina, and that's because he's so explosive.
Yo, so I just looked it up. 11-0.
There you go.
Prates got 4 wins by finish. Lord John Silva got 3 wins by finish. And so 11-0 with 8 finishes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bro, I don't know if you ever gonna
Has
see
that ever been done?
I don't think so. That's insane, bro. Wow, 11-0 with 8 finishes. Wow.
Yeah, very impressive. I'm about to order me some of them glasses.
Man, for real. All right, breakout star of the year. Not rookie of the year, the breakout star of the year. You want to take this one, bro?
Yeah, breakout star of the year. I feel like there were a couple people. I really had to think long and hard about this one, but I say if the way I broke this down is if you look at where this fighter was last year compared to where he is this year, and like you see that graph that you got there, that little how it just went up, like somebody strapped a rocket on this guy's back and lit the fuse, and it's been up from there. And I know this is gonna tickle your fancy. I'm gonna give it to Ilia Topuria, the Matador.
For
He's
real?
the star of the year because last year he was on the radar, but he wasn't a star. You get what I'm saying? And then to come through and do what he did this year, win the championship belt, call his shot. A lot of people look at him as cocky, and then it turns out they're like, oh, nah, he was just confident. Like, it's almost Conor McGregor-esque the way he's rising.
And see, as cocky as he is and as confident as he is, that's how cocky and confident I am in him. So to me, he's
And
not
he's
a breakout
humble, but he's humble at the same time. It's weird.
as I'm like.
It's almost like it's not cockiness. He just knows something that everybody else don't know, but they finding out. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro, and that's how I am. You feel me?
Like it's not disrespectful at all.
Yeah.
Like Conor took the disrespect route, but he's not disrespectful. He's just very matter of fact.
All right, for me, my breakout star is Joaquin Buckley.
I started to put him there. I started that. He went 4-0 this year.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, perspective is reality to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? So we finished out the UFC calendar year, seeing him as the last person to get the dub. You know, so that kind of left a lasting impression, especially for somebody like us who are yearning for UFC fights. So, like, the last fight I remember is Joaquin Buckley beating the shit out of Kobe Covington, making him bleed all over the place, and having Chael Sonnen about to throw in the towel. You know what I mean?
No, he did throw in the towel. The ref just didn't see it because the doctor was stopping the fight at the same time.
Oof. Think about that, man. Like, oh man. So I got Joaquin Buckley in this one. I'm very anxious to see how his 2025 is going to shape up. I want to see what's next for him. He want to fight Usman, but huh?
He could very well fight for a belt next year too.
Yeah, very easily.
But I picked Topuria over him because he became a champion.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I'm not knocking your pick at all.
I know you're not.
Rookie of the year. Let me hear what you got for this one, bro.
Nah, you go first.
All right, for rookie of the year, I picked Carlos Prates. Because he debuted this year, and just his rise. You know, went 4-0. Neil Magny, the Leech. He knocked out the Leech. You know, cold. We never seen that before. And the Neil Magny shot, I still. It was such a glancing blow, but it put him out cold, though. It's crazy. You know, I don't know if that shows how much power he has or if that's a knock on Magny, but this was an easy one for me. I got Carlos Prates. Who you got, bro?
I got Ming Shi.
Ming Shi?
Ming Shi.
Is that's the girl that got the knockout?
Yeah, coming straight off the UFC. The road to UFC. No, I'm messing with you. I just wanted to try to get under your skin a little bit.
You just trying to baby up. You baby up.
Nah, man. I gotta go with Prates as well. Man. He 4-0 in the UFC, coming right off the Contender Series into the UFC and just dominating. He Chuck Buffalo was his first victim. And
impressive.
That was very impressive. It was a knee to the body, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that was disgusting. Like I say, 4 fights, 4 finishes, 4 performance bonuses as well. So I mean, the guy smoked cigarettes and fight, and it's crazy. Very young, a lot of potential. And it's no surprise or coincidence that the rookie of the year is coming from the gym of the year. Look at me, chicken wing related
to me. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Submission of the year.
I hate that we keep agreeing on stuff. I'm gonna talk about honorable mentions first. Paddy Pimblett versus King Green. That was nasty how he got him in the arm bar and triangle. As much as I hate to give him the props on that, I got to. That was a pretty good submission. I'm still not sold on Paddy Pimblett, that being said. Another candidate for submission of the year was Kevin Holland, arm barring and breaking. I can't remember whose arm that was. Was it Armin Petrosian?
No, that was Michael something.
Oh, Michael Olashechik.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a strong submission. He looking at the ref, telling him I'm gonna break it because Olashechik wouldn't tap, and he ended up breaking it. Another strong candidate was Piera versus, ironically, the guy who he choked out fights tonight, but he had him in the guillotine, standing guillotine, and just dropped him, and they were trying to bring him back from the dead after that. But the submission of the year has to go to the lone wolf himself, Khamzat Chimaev, for the way he did Robert Whitaker. Face crank that pushed his teeth into his, like, just pretty much broke his jaw, like, quick. It's like he was on the hunt. He went out, took him down, took his back, wrapped him up, and thought he was going for a guillotine, but he got the forearm around the bottom, around the mouth, and just started squeezing. And Robert Whitaker tapped so quick, and just, it was like a panic tap. Pushed his grill back. That got to be a hell of a grip, and that's definitely submission of the year because of how devastating it was and who he did it to and the way he did it.
Plain and simple, bro. You got it. I mean, all right. What else could it be? You feel me? We ain't never seen nothing like that before. That was insane. And how quick he tapped too. Like, you just knew something was wrong.
Yeah, that was very insane. It was brutal.
All right, here we go.
Yep,
here we go. Of the year. KO of the year. You know,
and don't even be biased, bro.
I'm not. Because you know what I was gonna do. I was gonna pick.
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna pick Topuria over Max Holloway. You know what I mean? But you know, after talking to Dean and Chris last night, you know they convinced me otherwise, and I gotta go with UFC 300 Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Brandon, you don't even need to ask, but we already know who is the KO of the year. I already know what it is. I don't do the whole thing, bro. Yeah, I got you, D. Yeah, it's Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje, man. 1 second left. He pointed, and then he knocked him out. That was insane. The atmosphere, it was for a title. Although it was BMF, it was for a title. So, I mean, that got to be, that's like moment of the year, knockout of the year, all in one. It was insane, bro. And that's one of those moments where we was together and we jumped up and just ran across the yard. You feel me?
Yeah, everybody. That got everybody out their seat. We should have did. Well, we don't have to do a moment of the year because that was it. And when I saw that happen, that knockout right there, I immediately said, "Oh, that's knockout of the year. That's knockout of the year right there." You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There have been other moments this year, like early in the year, January, February. Vinicius Oliveira versus Sopaj, flying knee, brutal, dropped him like a bag of bricks in the corner of the octagon. Topuria's knockout over Alexander Volkanovski, brutal, left him sleeping. The Holloway knockout was nice, but it wasn't as brutal. He didn't have him sleeping. But yeah, it's been quite a few knockouts at Poatan when he knocks out Yuri Prochazka, that was nasty, but I'm talking about one of his other knockouts when he knocked out Jamal Hill, and he takes a nut shot. He wipes it off. The referee tries to step in. He stiff arms Herb Dean like he's doing the Heisman, like, get out of here, I got this. And then he proceeds to deliver a devastating hook to Jamal Hill, drop him, and then pound him out. And then it's the way he presented him like he was a gift. When he
that's a beam in itself.
Yeah, that's definitely a meme. Wait, Zay, you're wrong because Max Holloway just slept, Justin. He was sleeping, his toes were curled. Yeah, I didn't say that wasn't the knockout of the year. I didn't say that at all. No, I'm just talking about
D know what kind of mess you on right now. D know what you finna do. I didn't even say nothing, but he know.
But yeah, that was definitely that was the biggest moment of the year. The way it happened, the 1 second left on the clock. When it was about 10 seconds left, Max Holloway points to the middle of the octagon of a fight that he's obviously up on the scorecards against Justin Gaethje, of all people. A fight that everybody thought Holloway was going to lose. They go to the center of the octagon. They just start throwing punches. They banging it out. And then 1 second left, Holloway face plants Gaethje. Nobody saw that coming, ever. But when I look for knockout of the year, I look for brutality, and my pick, Ming Shi versus Feng Zhaonan. The road to the UFC. Feng Zhaonan got caught with a head kick, hit the ground, and she was there. Here you have this girl, Ming Shi, who is a doctor. Parents don't know she fights. Nobody knows she fights. They think she away on some convention or something like that. And she comes in here against a bigger opponent, head kicks her to hell, knocks her out, and stands in the corner wondering, did I just catch a body? Because Feng Zhaonan did not move. I still haven't seen her move, and this was in November. Like, like, has anybody checked up on me on Feng Zhaonan? Does anybody know if she's okay? Last time I saw her, she was in a neck brace on a stretcher, being carried out of the octagon. I have never, in history of watching MMA, seen anybody get carried out of the octagon that didn't suffer a severely broken leg. So, I mean, I've been thinking the whole time, like, you can't beat that knockout just because of the brutality. And then last night, I came to my senses and was like, damn, you know what? I got to give it to Holloway.
Wow.
But I really wanted to pick that Ming Shi. I feel like it's almost like a 1A, 1B thing, but just that moment, like I sat back and was really like thinking about it, and I relived that moment in my head, and I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. I can't go against the grain on this one.
Yeah.
It's goddamn. And really, I mean, we didn't see Gaethje move around for a while either. He just didn't get carried out of the octagon on a stretcher.
Right.
Like, just like
right.
that.
It's so many factors that go into that. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact that it was UFC 300. It was for a BMF title. And then the fact that it was 10 seconds left. Bro, Max was already winning the fight. He didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? And that just shows that Hawaiian warrior spirit. And then with 10 seconds left, he pointed to the middle of the octagon and he knocked him out with 1 second left. You know what I mean?
See, for me, I always try to get like, because I argued hard down with you last year about knockout of the year is about brutality. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's part of it.
And I still stand on that, but this is the only exception where you got to take, where I feel like everything else applies to just the way it, like really the time on the clock, the way it happened and who it was. But see, I don't like saying that out loud because I know you're going to use it against me in the future. Real soon.
Look.
Yeah, you are, huh?
Yeah, I am. We're never going to see that girl fight again, ever. You know what I'm saying?
We might not ever see her again. Like they probably had, they probably had a memorial service already. We don't know. Has anybody seen Feng Zhaonan?
I haven't. But there's a possibility Justin Gaethje can fight for a UFC title again. It's not out of the realm of possibility. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so yeah, that was it. And see, I fought with myself too because until last night I was going with Topuria versus Holloway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that doesn't belong here. So stop it.
Well, all right, it's in the top 5 though. The top 5 knockouts is Jamal Hill versus Poatan, Max Holloway and Gaethje. That's 2, and then you got the 2 Topuria knockouts again.
No, wait. What about Vinicius Oliveira?
Oh man, all right, yeah, I gotta put it.
And you can't forget about Michael Johnson, what he just did. Can you?
I'll take out the Max one, and then I'll leave the Volkanovski one in
You
there.
gotta have to pour it in there somewhere.
I would say, I'll put the Taporia in there, and then versus Volt, you got to have Vinicius Oliveira in there. I don't know about the Michael Johnson one being in the top 5.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why? Because if you put it there, then Taporia can't be.
Nah, I just look at I take all factors into account. You know, and you damn right, I gotta have Taporia in there.
Boy, oh boy. Hey, and I forgot to say, that Kyle Sakura fight could be put in there as a submission of the year too. That's a candidate. Like you forgot to mention that. That's definitely an honorable mention.
Yeah. Oh, you can also do Cal Bahayo versus Dustin Stolfus, the spinning back elbow.
Yeah, and
Shara Bullet double bat fist.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
So take Taporia out of there, put him somewhere, and keep him safe for another day.
Nah.
Also, another honorable mention was the Adesanya versus
Dricus Duplessis. Yeah.
for somebody.
Yeah, that got it. Yeah, that was top 3 for me. That one, Robert Whitaker versus Chimaev, and I don't know. Those are my top 2. I would say. I don't even need a third.
I'm trying, Dean, but you know he don't listen. He hard headed. Once his
Dean,
mind is
Dean, it's not a bandwagon. When since the first time I seen him, he's been my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's driving the train. Everybody else is on the bandwagon.
I'm the conductor of this train, you know. But overall, I enjoyed the show, bro. We agreed more than I thought we would. More than
I wanted to, yeah.
But I mean, sometimes the facts are the facts, and you gotta call it what it is, you know. We both wanted to get knockout of the year, just something else, but
let's get to these scores, man.
All right, so overall for the year,
don't just brush past it either. Like you gotta present it, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put some feeling into it, like it's a big deal, you know.
It is a big deal, but overall for the year, we picked all the pay-per-view cards. Bones had 91, and you, bro, you had 94. So you beat me by 3.
And so now the punishment is what?
We didn't agree on the punishment, but we can still come up with something though.
I just had you to buy me a bottle.
That'll work. And let me get some of it too.
Yeah. Definitely.
Hey, look. Hey, and the submission of the year goes to Dean with 0 seconds left on the 5th round over Zay.
Yeah. You can have that one.
Also, another thing too, we are back and live with fights.
Today, I'm so excited, man. This 3-4 week drought without a fight has been insane. And I haven't liked it one bit. But we are back today, 4 o'clock. UFC. You got Rebus versus
Mackenzie Dern.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, is the rumor true? Well, we'll get through this first. Start from the very bottom, and I'll just tell you real quick that I put my bets in early on this. Like I think I've been the whole 3 weeks that we ain't been having fights. I've been betting. Just I'll win something from another sport and then bet on these fights. So Selecki's gonna lose.
All I agree with that.
Victoria Dudakova probably gonna win. I'm not sure about that one. I might do the over 2.5. The Magomed Gaziel Yulov is gonna win.
That was a good pronunciation, bro. I like that.
I don't know who's gonna win this fight. I don't even know who Cagliari is, but Preston Parsons will lose. Jacoby Smith probably get the finish. Trey Ogden probably get the finich over Thiago Moises.
Yeah,
right,
I told you, bro.
And it's crazy because I had see y'all distracting me now with the BS over here. Wait, so we're watching football or fights today? I don't know. I'm watching the fights until the Steelers come on. The Steelers suck, but at least we have a game left. I'll just leave it at that.
Hey, wait, bro. You said Trey Ogden is going to beat Thiago Moises?
Yeah. I put money on that fight and didn't even know what's happening. Ain't that crazy?
I told you.
Ihor Potieria. That's who got submitted by your boy
Kevin Holland?
Nah.
The backflip.
Yeah. I wouldn't touch that fight. I feel like it can go either way. Felipe Boons will beat Jose Johnson.
Jose Johnson is Jamal Hill's boy. He got the twisted.
Yeah. Euros Medic will defeat Punahela Seriano.
Yeah, I'll put money on that one. Medic.
Austin Baffy will beat Christian Rodriguez.
Roman Kopylov will beat
Chris Curtis, but that will be a close one though. But I did put my money on Kopylov. And Cesar Almeida will beat Abdul Razak Al Hassan unless something crazy happened, like a quick knockout. I'm not touching that fight. Colston Harris might get the win though. And Hebot's gonna beat Mackenzie Dern.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of funny to me to hear a Dolphin say the Steelers suck because, I mean, our organization is just better than yours all the way through. It's no question about it. I'm going hunting today, hunting some raven. I heard that your boy Umar Nurmagomedov broke his arm. I don't know how true that is.
I heard the same, but I don't want to say that because I don't know how true it is either.
But yeah, we got a good list of fights coming up, man. They're kicking off 2025 with a bang. You got your birthday card, bro. UFC 311, and then on a fight night in Abu Dhabi, you got Adesanya in his first non-title fight in about 5 years.
You know, Cupcake, we're gonna be tuning in for that one.
Yes, sir. And then you got Strickland versus DDP the following week after that. That tells you something. Adesanya win that fight, he could get the winner of that rematch. You got RoboCop versus Jared Cannonier. You got Henry Cejudo versus Song Yadong. You got Manel Kate versus Brandon Royval, Dean.
I mean, I think that's where we ended so far.
Yeah, man. So, they go all the way down. They go all the way up to March 29th. They really holding it close to the vest what they're doing in April, but I do believe they will be in Miami, and I am trying to make it my business to be there.
Hey, Chris, you saw it too, man. Get the PS Network. So the next time we'll be coming to y'all will be Friday, January 17th, to review the card on the following night, the 18th. And I see y'all there. My birthday card. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Hit the like, subscribe. Go back and watch it back. Refer it to a friend. Tell everybody to subscribe to the channel. If they're not watching this channel, they're not tuned in, if they can't find something on here that they like, then they have no heartbeat.
Simple as that.
Let's go Steelers.
And let's go Bucks.
Yeah. Hey. You know what I realized?
What?
Our team is in the playoffs.
Mine too.
I said our teams.
Yep.
Hop on the winning train, baby. Hop on the winning train.
Come take a walk through my heart, a stroll through my soul. Being smart from the start, wasn't taught, wasn't told. You could climb through my mind, or fly through my eye. And in time you will find what I rhyme is not a lie. Come take a walk through my heart, a stroll through my soul. Being smart from the start, wasn't taught, wasn't told. You could climb through my mind, or fly through my eye. And in time you will find